Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I'm doing part 2 of my Bluebell Manor. So if you missed it, the first part I posted yesterday and I will leave a link to it in the description down below. This build is up on the gallery if you're interested. My origin ID is penappleYT, links in the description down below. Same old, but this build took me like 2 hours. Wait, no it didn't. Oh goodness, it took me 8 hours. What am I even saying? I drink coffee, and I'm recording the parts 2 in a row, so I'm a little bit loopy. Sorry. But yeah, I drank a bit more coffee than I am used to, and it's also way later in the day by like almost 12 hours than I usually record, so. But things have been crazy, which I will go into more in my next video. In a week, I will be releasing a video that shows my apartment and also a few big updates that are happening in my life and part of what that means for my YouTube channel, although it's really not that much. But yeah, so here I am starting on all of the rooms, and so there are 5 bedrooms in this house total, and there are 4 on this floor that I'm doing. And so I kind of, as I was going through this, I kind of came up with a story. I don't usually do that for the houses I build, but this one I did. And so here, I imagine this as being the eldest girl's room. Definitely recently like redecorated probably, because it's very mature. You know, and so I feel like the girl who lives here is trying to be more mature. Of course, you can always add a boy sim, for sure. I'm super into Sims going into any room they want or don't want. They're your Sims. Oh my goodness, what am I even talking about? But it ended up with a really cute sort of blue and mint and green sort of theme, and so I really like how that turned out. And it has like almost a secret office room space, and I thought that was really cool, especially if I'm imagining this is for an older Sim to get away from what I'm imagining their 4 other siblings. But yeah, so I kind of imagined that this, like, whoever parents are here, they had a girl first, and then shortly after they had a boy, and then they waited a little bit and they had another boy, and then they had a girl, and they were like, okay, we can stop here now. Like, I think we're good. You know, we have 2 girls, 2 boys, and then they got a surprise baby who was whatever gender, honestly. I think that room could work for whatever gender. But I had a lot of fun kind of coming up with that story, and I just imagine some really fun kids and teens living here. I think that'd be really cool, and I think you could get some really fun sort of sibling rivalries going on and just stuff like that. And I let myself be a lot more free with the color scheme. I tried to keep the downstairs floor looking blue and red, that sort of thing. But this room kind of almost ended up being like a study and art space, and so I thought that was a lot of fun. And of course I had to throw in some of the fairy lights, for sure. Love those things. That was what I was expecting though. I thought they would be like actual lights, but I appreciate that they're not, just because those other lights we got way back in the kids room stuff pack were just, they had an odd hue to them, and they were very bright, and they were very big, and they were kind of mixed up with the, oh, what's it called? Pictures. I forgot the name for pictures. Yikes. Not my best. But here's one of the bathrooms, and I actually did include all of the bathrooms, well, except for one that's like a little ensuite, but I included all the bathrooms, and I love the new showers. And I actually waited to do my apartment build just because one of the showers looks similar to mine. I'll get more into that in the next video though. But here is what I imagined the little toddler room looking like. Also, I'm highly confused. If you can let me know what's going on. You know the new building block table? I'll end up placing it in this room. Is that for kids or is that for toddlers? Because in the description, I swear, it says it's for toddlers only. And I tried to get my toddler to play with it, and they like couldn't even interact with it. And then I tried to get a kid to play with it, and they were all over it. So I'm really confused. Am I just... I'm about to ask, am I just dumb? Don't ask those questions. Because I'm sure I might get someone in the comments section who's like, yeah, you're just really dumb, and I'm gonna be hurt. Oh my goodness. I have been getting some mean comments lately, but like they kind of hurt for like a little bit, but usually I kind of just can brush it off. That's not an invitation. Oh goodness. I feel like it's never a good idea to talk about mean comments and stuff, because then it kind of is almost like an invitation for more. It's not. Don't do it. But then I say that and people are like, yes, I'm just going to stop talking about it now because I feel like I'm jinxing myself. But I love how this room turned out. I think it's really bright and colorful. I love this color scheme. I do love me some orange. Not everybody's favorite. It's my favorite color. I love it so much. But here is what I would consider to be the boys' room. Again, any gender, go for it. But I did try and go more traditionally masculine with this one. And I really like how it turned out. And so I kind of imagine that the second and third oldest live here, and they're both boys. And one of them's a teenager and one's a kid. And the teenager is a bit more macho, you know, he's got like his camouflage bed and he's into video games and he's got like posters up and that sort of thing. And oh, I didn't even mention this yet. So good at distracting myself. But this is not base game and Parenthood game pack only. No. I used everything from everything. Like everything. I'm really bad at that. But some of the teen rooms that I did were game pack and base game only. So you can just go check those out. And I also did a really big suburban home in a similar style that is base game only. So I highly recommend you go check those out. And I'll leave links and stuff around somewhere. You can find them. You guys are smart. You guys can figure it out. But yeah, so the younger boy is a lot more interested in science, but I think he also likes video games too, I guess. I mean, I'm sure he probably sneaks and uses like the teens sort of video gaming area, but I even included one of those new like sets. I haven't used those yet. I've been meaning to. In my Big Sister, a Vampire Big Sister challenge, my teen sim, she accidentally went to school. She's not supposed to. It's part of the rules. But I missed it. And so she went to school and she was there for like 2 seconds and she came home with one of those projects. And so I just sold it and it was like $100. And I was like, nice. What an incentive to be a bad student. But I thought it'd be fun to add one of those. And it does work, I think. Where I placed it. I did playtest this build. For like once in my YouTube existence, I actually tried to playtest, not everything because I'm not that devoted, but all of the beds work, and some of the other stuff, like I know the video game console in there works and stuff like that, so did test it out. But here, my favorite room in the house is coming up, and it is the bathroom, and I just love how it turned out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I fell in love with this orange and gray black sort of color scheme, and then I end up throwing in some of those not surfboards, skateboards, and they have one that looks like an alien abduction, and it just adds like a really nice pop of green to this room, and I am just, I am in love. This is like my favorite bathroom I've ever done. Oh my goodness, I can't I feel ridiculous, like, that this is my favorite room in the house, and it's, like, literally a bathroom, but I just think it turned out really, really fun, and I am honestly quite proud of it, and actually, this is base game and Parenthood game pack only, I think. Maybe not. But, like, here I think the skateboards are coming in, and fun fact, I actually used to longboard very poorly. I also was like the only person who was wearing a helmet. I once had a really big crush on a dude who longboarded, mostly because he wore a helmet when he was longboarding. I'm not kidding. Like 100% I was like, oh yeah, that's attractive. Gosh, I sound weird. But yeah, like I was actually super into it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't longboard anymore. I have a gorgeous longboard. Like it has some koi on it and it's orange. Yes. And it's so pretty. And it's a good longboard too. but I'm just way too nervous of a person. Oh my gosh, way too nervous. Hence the helmet. And yes, I got made fun of for wearing a helmet, and no, that did not deter me from wearing a helmet. Wear a helmet, guys. Gosh, I get ridiculously angry when people don't wear helmets. I'm kind of the opinion, well, fine. Like, if you want to kill yourself, go, wow, that sounds bad. Nope, not finishing that sentence. Yikes. Whoopsie. Not my best. But anyways, wear a helmet. I feel so old when I say that. I kind of have an old spirit. I also feel really old when I say that too. Yikes. But this is the room of the youngest middle child. And I kind of imagine her as being maybe kind of the black sheep because she was the baby, you know, she was the baby girl of the family. And then her parents went and had another kid. And so I feel like she kind of feels really ostracized, you know, because she thought she was the last one, but joke's on you, she's not. And so I kind of imagine her as being a really sort of artistic sort of kid, and again, boy, girl, whatever. And I made sure that the puppet theater works because way back when the Parenthood, or no, the Kids Room Stuff Pack came out, I added that and I made a whole drama kid room. And you couldn't get to the one object that made it the drama kid room because I didn't play test. But it works in this one. And so, oh, you know what I didn't show you? I didn't show you guys the gym just because it's honestly like the boringest gym I've ever done. Like, there's some rugs, there's some equipment, there's a mirror, and then there's some athletic posters. And that's about it. So I didn't show that. But I also included the sort of general computer in this little odd area. It's like a weird hallway thing. But I do like how it turned out. It's not like the most cohesive thing, but I think it works. And so now I'm finally doing the exterior and the landscaping, and I had the weirdest glitch. Look at this thing. Whenever I would try and place tiles, it would delete other tiles. Like watch, like I'm going, and also kept changing the direction of the tiles, and look there, I'm like desperately trying. Has this happened to anyone else before? I think maybe it's happened to me once, but it was like the most annoying thing. Oh my goodness. And so I ended up cutting out a fair amount of this, but I kept it enough just to show you guys so I complained. It was so, I mean, look at that. Look, I can't, I couldn't place anything because it would delete what was already there. And so here I am outlining where I wanted the pathways to go, partially to avoid some of that issue. Still not helpful, still doing that weird glitchy thing. I ended up like painting on huge swatches of it, and then deleting the extra stuff here. But yeah, that happened throughout the entire build with building all of those pathways. It was so obnoxious. Oh my goodness. But I actually cut out a lot of my initial attempts at landscaping. And so I think I struggled with it a lot. And I think that's because I've been kind of experimenting with the idea of painting on where I want the landscaping to go first. And so I kind of went overboard, and you can see me here, I'm taking away areas, and I had to kind of limit myself, and I still think I have maybe a bit too much landscaping, but landscaping can be really hard for me. I feel like I'm a very messy landscaper. Like, when it comes to I'm just kind of messy. Like, I love the cluttered look, and so anyways, makes this house a gajillion dollars. And yes, that is a real number. It's not a real number. Don't listen to me. Oh my goodness. Fun story. Well, not really that fun, but I actually, I'm pretty decent at math. Like, I took calculus, and I got A's and stuff in college. And so I really do actually like math. But here's the fun part. I can't add in my head to save my life. Subtraction, addition, dividing, can't do it in my head. No way, no how, unless it's like super duper basic. But even stuff like 7 times 8, that takes me a while. Like, I'm not even going to try it right now because it's going to be embarrassing how long it takes me. And yet, I can do calculus no problem. And I think part of that is I am not an auditory or imaginatory math person. That sounds weird. But I am only a visual math person. Like, I was taking, these super advanced classes like physical chemistry, and I was doing well in them, but whenever I tried to talk to my classrooms about it or ask questions, like, or they'd ask me questions, and I would just go, like they'd, you know, be asking me like about waveforms and if you multiply this by this, and I'm just like, you're gonna have to write it down and talk while you do it, because I just can't. Why was I even talking about that? I don't know, but this fountain is really cute, and it's one of the ones you can sit on, which I love. I wish we had more of these, especially smaller ones, but I am glad to have incorporated it into a more family build. I think this would be a really fun spot, and you can play in the fountain and that sort of thing, and so I feel like I should incorporate this more into my builds, but it is a bit of a specific piece to be working with for sure. Oh goodness, I feel like I was going to talk about something. I don't know. But yeah, that little crescent of landscaping I did earlier, I'm really like that. I thought it took up the space really, really well. But here you can see this is more my traditional sort of landscaping thing, where I add the coloring second, which I think can be a bit more helpful. But I really was going to talk about something and I forgot, which is super obnoxious. Probably about as obnoxious as me talking about it. Yeah. Oh, you know what I can talk about? Yes, I saw a picture of a pug. And by the way, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 9. I can see 9 pictures of pugs. No, 10 within my eyesight. I'm crazy pug lady. I don't even know if I own a pug. But speaking of pugs, for the second year in a row, I went to the sort of like pug thing. It's like the Seattle Pug Rescue puts it on, and it's so cool. It's basically an event to celebrate, you know, rescue pugs and stuff. And so there's like, I swear there was like almost 100 pugs there, and it was so beautiful. And like I got to pet so many babies. They were so cute. Oh my gosh. And there were some really fun colors too, because a lot of people don't know that, like, a lot of people think that pugs come in 2 colors, which is fawn, which is the tan and black one, and then there's the black pugs, which are all black, obviously. But there are actually white pugs, which are pretty much fawn pugs, but without the black accents. And then there are also brindle pugs, which are they kind of look, I think, like Boston Terriers, you know, that sort of speckled color, and they are often mistaken for black pugs, but there are brindle pugs. And I think there's also like a peach color, but there are actually a lot more colors of pugs that just aren't as common. And a lot of people, when they see that color of pug, they don't think it's a purebred, oh goodness, a purebred pug. Yeah, I know a bit too much about pugs, especially for not having one. That's actually one of my life goals, is to have a pug. Oh, I want one so bad. And it's going to be a rescue pug, especially for my first one, because I have issues with how much I love pugs and with how many health problems they have because of their breeding. But that's part of why I'm gonna try and not contribute to the issue by instead just rescuing one, and then I get to enjoy it that way. But yeah, I kind of imagine this as being more of a hot tub. I could have put a hot tub here, but I like the shape of this better, and so I kind of like that there were 2 different pools. And I think these spaces are all really, really fun. I had a lot of fun doing the exterior of this house, and I tried to bring in some of the red coloring to the exterior, but not a huge amount. Like, the exterior is pretty much just blue, and the interior is really where a lot of the red and blue pop in. But yeah, at this point, I think I'm putting up the finishing touches. We are coming up to the end of the build. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you're here and you've stuck around all the way to the end, comment, pug love. Yeah, we'll go with that. Because this is a 2-parter, and so it's kind of difficult, and I don't blame people for not making it to the end. So anyways, if you have, just pug love. Description down, or in the comment section down below. So yeah, oh gosh, if you're into, oh god, I forgot my outro. wow, it's really almost 9 at night and I drank too much coffee. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give me a like, a comment, or subscribe, especially if you're interested in being notified as to when my next build is. Again, it's going to be my apartment build. It's going to be really fun. But yeah, I hope that you guys are all having a really great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!